Alright, folks, we'll get started soon. Alright, you guys ready for some Sinking City? Alright, I mean, this song's almost over, so we'll just let this finish and then we'll start the game. Fantastic. Let's start. Let's start this. Or should I have started the stream like an hour later? Huh. I guess poor planning on my part. Oops. Oh well. Let's do this. Let's get into the world of the sinking city. Let me just make sure that everything is set correctly here. I click on this. Are we good? Hey, there we go. Fantastic. All right, folks, welcome to our Halloween stream. It's gonna be another variety pack, so we'll try out different games and see what we like, see what sticks, etc., etc. First on our docket is the Sinking City. Afterwards, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I know for sure we're gonna play Monster Prom, but that'll be near the end. Health warning. So I guess this is for like seizures and stuff. Inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft, the Sinking City depicts an era in which ethnic, racial, and other minorities were frequently mistreated by society. These prejudices were and still are wrong, etc., etc. So basically, it's saying that H.P. Lovecraft was a raging racist. Well, I mean, he was. It's not exactly what I was saying, but he was pretty racist. Initially, he got a little tamer as time went on, but yeah, a lot of his themes center around that kind of stuff. But anyways. Alright, so this is the, what's it? Yeah, like I said, this is the Halloween stream. It's not going to be just the Sinking City, but we'll take, I don't know, it kind of depends on how long, hey, Hudson and Smeg, it kind of depends on how much you guys like the game that we're playing. If you guys really like it, we can stream it for a little bit longer, but I'm thinking maybe an hour per game on the list might not be a bad idea. So let me just kind of quickly go through the games that I do have on the list. And again, this is by no means exhaustive, nor is it definitive, as in things can change. We can either add stuff or remove stuff. We have the choice of, well, we're playing the Sinking City, and we're also playing Monster Prom for sure. But in addition to that, we can also play Abandoned Ship, which was released recently. It's been in early access for a little while. Project Zomboid, which I think is still early access. State of Decay 2, Don't Starve Together with the Lady, and Sea Salt, which is a game that I backed on Kickstarter a while ago, but I haven't had the chance to play yet, so that's kind of on the list right now. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions for, I guess, Halloween-themed stuff, then 37 games on the list. Yes, exactly. The exam had a lot to do on neurology, in case you were curious. Actually, yes, I was going to ask you that. So, what exactly was the question that you had, if you don't mind me asking? Guys, and tomorrow, No Nut November will begin, so get ready. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I have a fiance, there's no fucking way I'm going to do No Nut November. It's going to be some stanky-ass jizz by the end of November if that happens. Fuck, it does. Alright, folks, so let me know if the audio is a little off. Obviously, this is the first time I'm starting up the game, so we'll see how it all goes. Frosty, welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Massachusetts. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you in your way. Cordially, Johan van der Berg. Fantastic. So if you guys really like this game, we'll add it to the list of games that we want to stream. So after your Deadly Premonition, maybe we can jump onto to this. But that's if you guys do like the game. So we'll see. That to do with what part of the brain does sobriety test of being on 1 foot counting to 30 effect. I believe that's the cerebellum, because the cerebellum's the part of the brain that controls. Hey, hey, Lord of Gilneas, how are you, man? Because the cerebellum is what, hey Maxwell. Yeah, the cerebellum is what controls your balance and whatnot. Hey, actually Maxwell's in psychology too, Pickles, so if you want to ask him, then I think he might be able to either corroborate or deny what I'm saying. Oh, as a reminder, this is the last stream that we're doing on YouTube, because I've now qualified for the affiliate program on Twitch. I'll be switching over to that. It's part of their stipulation. It's they say that part of their agreement is that you can't have the same content on Twitch or on any other platform for like a 24 hours. So if I do stream on Twitch, then I can't stream at the same time to YouTube. So it'll have to be like a VOD format for YouTube, I think. Do I get to choose a difficulty at all, or what? Don't just throw stuff. Why was that his first reaction? Wait, so there really is no difficulty setting? Come on. I'm sure there's got to be achievements related to difficulty stuff, right? Newcomer? What? Do I get to choose it later? Detective, Master Sleuth. Do I get to change it? Oh, really? What? Wait. Do I have to restart then? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so... Oh, I have to hold it down. Okay, I see. Why does he suddenly have a fedora? Why doesn't he suddenly have a fedora? Letter from J. Vanderberg. Wait. This is the same thing that we read in the loading screen. Fantastic. So far... game performs pretty well. I mean, at least it's on the PlayStation, so... Can I take the gun?
Hope I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Interesting. Wait, I had to look at that thing in a specific way? Key evidence? What kind of What are you talking about? What is this? Okay, so that's the flashlight button. Gotcha. And that's... Whoa! Why does it sound like everything's exploding? Nice. Can I not take a look at this? I don't understand. Oh wait, this game Lovecraftian stuff is a treat, but combat trick. Oh shit. Do you know about this game?
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
I think we might actually need to restart if the difficulty is indeed set to newcomer or whatever.
Now get out. Now get out.
Okay. Great, thanks. Press triangle to
At
climb.
last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Nice suit. Yeah, sure. We gotta be nice and cordial, right? Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Interesting that he mentioned the color yellow. Is he the king in yellow by any chance? Maybe he's Hastor in disguise. Alright, so what's the deal with the city?
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
He likes golden showers. And yeah, you're right, it is kind of beige. I mean, his shirt's kind of yellow. It's like a mustard yellow, like Dwight Schrute. Sometimes I have dreams about random stuff, but the weird thing is that most of the times they come true. So I'm assuming your dreams aren't that weird. Combat is notoriously iffy. Ooh. Huh, it's gonna be interesting.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
Mediocre, I don't know how you're able to chat while you're driving back home. Hopefully you're safe and you're not actually chatting whilst driving. But I'm assuming there's no actual city of Oakmont in Massachusetts, right? Or is it an actual city? Because I know Innsmouth is fake, as is Arkham, unfortunately. Though I think the Arkham Asylum is based off like an actual sanitarium that got shut down like a while ago. What if he has Model X Tesla? What? This guy's got the Model X Tesla? Back in the 30s? Of
You
course.
said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon.
Oh, voice.
By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert Throgmorton? Throgmorton. Wow, that's a name.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
What's Robert Throgmorton like?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature. Scion of a robust bloodline. A philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I was kind of hoping he would say Miskatonic University.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, I think Throgmorton, something Morton, I think was a name in Vampire, yeah. Huh. Oh, and I guess in terms of difficulty, if you like this game, I think, and we do want to play it on stream in the future, I'll just restart it, and then we'll just do the proper difficulty there. What do you do
How do
here?
you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a
Does,
flame.
does that make you money?
Really have much of a market for philosophy these days.
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Also, how is this guy not getting wet at all? Is he standing in cover while I'm standing out in the rain? Just stand next to him, Charles, or whatever your Reed or whatever your name is.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
Strip club.
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper.
Strip club.
Places you'll need to get to the truth.
Strip
This
club.
city
I need the
is
truth about
insolent,
boobies.
Its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
I know where to turn and search for a teat, but maybe not so much a lead.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Mysterious indeed. Is it me, or does my character's facial hair kind of look like he's got, like, iron filings on his face, right? You know, like those iron shavings that you get in, like, science class or whatever, and he's kind of sucking on a magnet? As a man who cannot grow facial hair, I always thought of doing that to add instant facial hair. Ooh. That's definitely fuckable. Stick your dick in it, Charles. Stick your dick in it. It's dead. And it's also gooey. Nice. Just the way I like it. Fantastic. It's the Dismal Man in disguise. Fucking Dismal Man. Oh, man. Stygian was a good game. Holy shit. Who knows? Maybe you can try that on stream. I don't know, though. I don't know if the replayability is gonna be all that great. Probably not. But maybe. Under the keel bar. So how do I access the map? Oh, that. Charon ship key evidence collected. What is that? So do I have to go there to collect more evidence, or... Wait. Didn't it say that I got the key evidence after I picked up the gun? Also, how do I change... Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta sprint back to, Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to randomly swing my shovel in front of people's faces. But I think I figured out how to do that thing on the boat. Yeah, I need to get back there. I mean, kind of very ominous to name your ship Charon, don't you think? There we go. Did I get it? Photo of a trophy plate. Fantastic. I don't know what kind of evidence it is, but sure. Yeah, apparently you can photograph stuff. Hello. Oh wait, I thought that was a pigeon. Or seagull. Any seagulls around wanna get fresh with me? Also, sir, I never got a photo of you. Selfie! Nice. He loved it. Well, it wasn't really a selfie, was it? But still, close enough. Welcome to Oakmont, a town on the rise. Rise of what? Hello. Oh no! What? Shit! Fuck. Alright, well, you know what? Sometimes when you want to take the perfect photograph, you gotta make sacrifices, right? Now, how the fuck do I get back up? That was unexpected. Ah, shit. I'm drenched in seawater now. God. What the fuck? Photograph the octopus corpse. Definitely. It's for my spank bank. Wait, where are you? That's right. I'll rub one out later. Clear water. Huh. I guess they don't really have a lot of fresh water around. The fuck?
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Wow, nice. Half ape-man thing. Fantastic. I think it's actually one of Lovecraft's earlier stories involving... I forget what the actual story's called. But basically the gist of it is someone digs into their ancestry, finds out that that they're descended from, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but essentially it's Lovecraft bashing people with a mixed ancestry. Stop the conversation as grope as balls. Human Z. The Russians did it. But yeah, your features are unusual.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
What happened to your son?
If I may
Stab
ask,
him?
what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
Oh, so there is an Innsmouth. I see.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Spank his monkey. Also, is it me or does he seem like he has, like, relatively small hands for the size of his body?
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Well, I did say I'm a PI, and that I was looking for, you know, I can help find people, and now you're bashing me?
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Vera?
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better
That's
get
my
used
favorite
to
brand
the
of
Oakmont
lube.
Dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you.
Mojo Jojo. My god. Now that's a reference I haven't encountered in quite a long time.
I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Mojo Jojo.
Dean, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Throgmortons are not so distant relatives to the Drumps. Nice. Fantastic.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Alright, last question. What is a house? And also, how is Babby formed?
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Sure. Hey, one for the camera? What do you say? Oh, don't be shy. There, that's a handsome man. What if he's a giant, giant balls? Because chimpanzees actually have massive testicles. Apparently their jizz load is, like, astronomical. I don't know about the size of their dicks, though. From what I understand, gorillas have relatively small penises for their body. Or even just small in general. Can I take your gun? What is that? Shotgun? No, fuck that noise. I'm not taking a shotgun. It's garbage. I hate shotguns. So I guess we need to go in there to do some evidence collecting then. Hello?
I've said everything I know.
You did?
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Yeah? Yeah? I'll keep my hands. Yeah? How does this grab you? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a black dude with, like, the side beard thing. Nice. I thought that was, like, an exclusively a white person thing, but I guess not. Or at least not in this world. Wait. Right, electricity did exist in these times. How did flashlights work? Did they have batteries and stuff? Huh. When were batteries invented? I mean, like, portable batteries, not like the fucking giant things that you, stuff inside of your butt for sexual pleasure. Is there, like, another door in the back? There is. Oh.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Well, if it was well cared for, it wouldn't be damp and damaged, but sure. Does he have the furred nipples? Maybe? We should go ask him about the furred nipples.
This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Oh, great. This guy goes from helpful to douchebag in a split second. It's the Throgmorton way. And yeah, I think he does actually have fangs. I thought that's what you were referencing when you say he's a vampire. Oh?
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you just push the top, it tends to topple over. I know this is a professional furniture toppler.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Wow, this is a very high-pitched...
Let's see what you find, newcomer. Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Sounds like he's taking a dump. It utilizes shake-weight technology, Master Battery Systems Incorporated. Nice. Who the fuck are
Tell me
you?
about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Does it bother anyone else that they keep saying Innsmouth? Because I've always said it as Innsmouth, and I've always heard it as Innsmouth, not Innsmouth. It's a little strange. Is this the game that was supposed to be Call of Cthulhu? No, I don't think at least. Because they had that remake of, not really remake, but reboot of Call of Cthulhu that I played on stream a while back. I don't think this is supposed to be Call of Cthulhu. I mean, it's obviously in the same universe, but you know.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and, okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me,
That sounds familiar.
Wait, he called you ugh. The fuck? And also, do you dry the fish inside your house? Sounds like a terrible idea. Holy shit. Must stank like a bitch in here.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know.
K?
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
They're having sex.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, K, did I kill him?
I don't know.
Just
yet,
sounds like
Will.
he's saying okay.
The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Rolo Tony is gonna take you to Brown Town. Take me to Pound Town, Rolo Tony. Wait, I just fucking took his alcohol from his stash.
Choo-choo.
Nice. The fuck? I'm just stealing stuff from these dudes. Fantastic. Where's the dead body?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Right, so they just booked it out that way. Hence the busted crates. Oh, I see.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Guess this is gonna be... Whoa. Nice. Some vagina-faced monster has decided to grace my vision. Guess this is gonna be one of those games where every other character is a wacko. I think so. I mean, that's how you keep things interesting, right?
5 cards short of a full house.
Is that a reference to something, or...
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Oh, it's a dartboard. I see. Mind's Eye. Press down to activate. Whoa. Interesting. What is this? Whoa, what? Am I seeing through it? Rotate, hold.
Glenna, Nehri, Glenna, Gebhal,
Fantastic. Words I often utter whilst taking dumps. Precognition. Oh, okay, I see. So it's giving me a little tutorial, written tutorial thing. Okay, evidence contains crucial information, etc., etc. Maybe I'll read this stuff off camera. I don't know. Map, mind's eye. Whenever you see a distortion in the corners of the screen and hear a ringing sound, reveals images of the past. Follow the omens. Retrocognition. Oh, Mind Palace. Press the... Combine pairs of relevant clues to get evidence and deductions. Interesting. Diving. Whoa. Jeez. That was the Lupso scream, lady. The lady knows it well. What can I say?
I've seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Can we take it? No?
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Wait, okay, so that's how you do the mind's... Whoa, my god, everything's distorted as fuck. Holy shit. Do I...
So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Well, you haven't actually met one, so I'd say reserve your judgment for later, dude. Oh, ooh. Whoa. That's trippy. What is this?
Take this, ape face.
Wait, what's happening? So someone's shooting at this guy, who appears to be in the midst of striking a T-pose to assert his dominance. And this guy is Donkey Konging some dude that's standing here? Wow. Fantastic. Can I take a photo of this? Let's take a photo of this. Let's have photographic evidence of my visions. What the fuck? What they do in their bedroom is between them. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, and I guess there's something else here.
Yeah, run!
So what, the guy with the gun... Oh, I guess someone knocked this over and ran out. That's Throgmorton's son, I assume. Anything else, or is that the extent? Can I get out of this world, or no? Interesting. Maybe I have to go out the way I came in? Does that make sense? Oh no, there's something else.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
What is this? One. Oh, I see. I think we're trying to piece together the sequence of events. I see. So I'm assuming this happened first, followed by this, and then
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Hey, Frederick. First thing I see is smashed in head. Beautiful. I feel right at home. Nice. All evidence collected. Fantastic. So there's something about my mind palace? Is that what they're trying to indicate here? This isn't my mind palace, is it? Oh, I see. Will Hammond's testimony. So that's the guy that I interviewed. Gotcha. So how does the mind palace thing work? Deductions. Combine clues to make deductions. Okay. Let me see. Albert attacked the fisherman. Throgmorton and Innsmouther feud. Sudden psychotic outbreak. So I pre-ordered Red Dead 2 for the PC the other day. November 5th, the adventure begins. Anything you plan on trying out? besides the Sinking City, this, I don't know. I mean, I've already finished Red Dead 2. It's a good game, for sure. It's a lot of fun. Just be sure to take your time with it and just really enjoy the fuck out of it. So, yeah. It definitely gets my recommendation. Story's really good too, and I think overall, just it's a good game, Red Dead 2. But in terms of stuff that I'm looking forward to, I did buy Outer Worlds recently, or I mean, I didn't buy it. I got the Xbox Game Pass for the PC. So I'm gonna start a new series on that tomorrow, I think. It sounds like it's not a very long game. I suck at using controllers, hence I've been waiting for the PC version. Yeah, I mean, it does have that kind of snap to control with when it comes to aiming, like the aiming assistance, but yeah, I think I definitely would have played a lot better had I played it on the PC. But I'm glad it's coming to PC. I don't know how well it would perform on my computer versus the PlayStation. Shit, so Lewis shot without warning. So Albert attacked the fisherman. What? No? Okay. I was wrong about that? What happens if I keep getting things wrong? Sudden psychotic outbreak. No? Okay. Then Albert returned unstable? Oh, Albert Throgmorton was dangerous. And posed a threat to Lewis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Hey, Don Morninglight. The Outer Worlds, yeah, it's not overly long. Well, if you really take your time with it, it's really good. I'm about 30 hours in now, and I just feel like I just started. Ooh. They say between 50 and 70 hours, depending on how you play. Oh. Because I was thinking about doing like a kind of stealthy playthrough, like a stealthy, intelligent kind of playthrough. Because usually I'm just, you know, not really run and gun, but more like a melee type character. Right, so Throgmorton, Innsmouth are feud. One fisherman is missing. Lewis shot without warning and Albert fled when wounded? No? Son. Oh. Anti-Throgmorton sentiment is an Innsmouther. Lewis and his people have suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons. That could be a reason to hate them. So it seems like there's no consequences to getting these things wrong. One fisherman is missing. Oh. No? I feel like the clues aren't that, they don't really, I don't know, line up that well. Or at least not that I think, anyways. I play a stealthy, talking sack of shit, and I feel like that's the longer way to play. I mean, instead of just blasting your way through. That's actually the way that I was planning on playing it. Like a stealthy, character who's able to persuade people and stuff. Just found your channel recently. I thought you're streaming on Twitch, not YouTube. Anyhow, I love your channel. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so I'm streaming on both today, but I'll be streaming exclusively on Twitch starting November. Also, if you go out of your way to find different solutions for quests and not just take the easy way out all the time, I think you can drag it out. Nice. And Albert fled when wounded. I guess we don't have anything for that. Follow the omens. We can now track down Albert, it says. Okay. I'm assuming there's no other evidence that I missed. Interesting. Unless I did miss something? Oh, what's this? What the fuck? Do I just look at it, or... Huh. I guess that's nothing? I don't know if there's much else to look at. Wait, I guess the map will tell me if I've collected all the evidence. Oh, I guess I have. Alright. Then let's just bugger out this way. Shit! Oh my god. I'm surprised that didn't damage me more. Now do we talk to Throgmorton, let him know about the...
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
No, you didn't. Oh, and I tracked them this way. I see. So apparently Albert was a big fan of the Running Man. Oh. It's his dildo. Do I look at the bottom?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
New Mine Palace clue. So wait, who was walking and who was running, or is it the same person? Is there something down there? Nope. Oh, it's a handprint.
While Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Well, I think it's that ape blood, but sure. Wow. I like how everything's covered in like white handprints and shit. Yeah, Loops decided to make an entire existence an inconvenience and force me to remember my Twitch login information. Thanks a lot, you asshole. Finds an artillery shell. Ooh, a dildo. Well, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, right? At least that's what my Grand Poobah used to say all the time. Is this house significant? I guess it is. Another crate with that marking. Interesting. I wonder if that's anything to be aware of. It's his cum rag. Fantastic.
There's something in the pocket.
Bloodstain note. Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping around the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter. Ah. Torn piece of
The
jacket.
blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Well, I mean, a person can run whilst bleeding quite a while. Quite the distance. I don't know if you played any video games, Mr. Charles Reed. Gunpowder. Let's check up the stairs before we head downstairs. We can't. Fantastic. I'm glad they made that choice for me. Fuck. Just wondering when the occult enemies will appear. Soonish, wait. What? Hold on. What? Who the fuck would build a house this way? What? Unless... Oh, maybe this isn't actually supposed to be a flight of stairs. Oh, I guess they open up this little garage door thing and then you just pummel a fish into this, down this ramp. I see how it is. Anything down here then? Because that's clearly where the, stuff leading. Nope. Anything over this way? Oh! Padlocks. So shoot them or use melee. Gotcha. Well, this doesn't have a padlock, so I don't know why you gave me that information now. Unless there's another padlock. Ah! I see. So how do I... Nice. Oh! Somebody's dead. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, no! It's coming at me! I've got no fucking ammunition! Die, you motherfucker! Nice. I did it. Guys, we're safe. Fantastic.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Oh, that looks like Albert. Albert was murdered. Ah. Wait, is that a miniature sperm whale? What the fuck? That's a miniature sperm whale. Unbelievable. Mine Palace time, you say? Well, I don't know what this other vagina monster is doing, but, hello. Just in case it decides to wake up or some such nonsense. So I guess there's something that happened?
One fatal round through the
Well,
forehead.
I know that.
That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Oh, like that spooky 1,000 window house ghost story. Wait, what's that? What's that? I don't think I've ever heard that story before. Torn piece of jacket. Albert was murdered. Pin the evidence. I guess? Wait, what does pinning the evidence do? I have no idea. But we'll pin it regardless. Mind Palace. Lewis left the crime scene. Albert was wounded. Bar owner is indebted to Lewis. Lewis pursued Albert. Albert was murdered. No? 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 Really? Okay. Then Lewis left the crime scene. What? No? Lewis, the Innsmouth that killed Albert Throgmorton, may be hiding in the bar in Oakmont Port. No? Okay, Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert because he's a Throgmorton rather than driving him off. Great. Anything else in the Mind Palace? No. Gotcha. I guess we're gonna need more evidence then. But it does seem like things are still distorted, so doesn't that mean that there's still stuff left for me to collect? Or no, I guess all the evidence has been collected. Fantastic. I think he's responding to my Winchester Mansion comment. Maybe. I'm Swedish, I don't know words. Haven't you heard of the Winchester Mansion? Stairs leading into the ceiling, doors going nowhere. Winchester Mansion? Huh. Folklore from Indonesia. It's the house is real. Really? So there's a house with 1,000 windows in Indonesia. Damn. And the Winchester Mansion is... Where's that? I'm assuming it's in the States. Man, dude, if I had like a fuck ton of money to waste, I would... Oh, that's what happens if I pin the evidence. I see. Then I guess it's kind of unnecessary then. Lewis may be at the bar. Place on map. Lore and... Oh, there's skill trees too. How do I get to this? I guess that's the place that we need to go. Hey, Tycho. How are you, man? But seriously, if I had like a shit ton of money to spend, I would definitely make a mansion with like all kinds of fucked up stuff. Doors that lead to nowhere, doors that lead to like a cliff. So if you are just running away from someone and you happen to open this door and go through it, you just fall to your death. Yeah, built by the widow of the guy who invented the Winchester rifles. Whoa! She believes she was haunted by the victims of the rifles. She built a fuck-off mansion to try to confuse the ghosts. Nice! That's awesome. Also, what is this shitty design? How are you supposed to... Oh. Looks like we can just clip right through it. That's how you get up the ladder. Gotcha. Nice. So we need to head to some Oakmont Port. Right. Anything over this way? Nope. Doesn't seem like it. She went a little nuts after her husband died. Huh. Or she was nuts to begin with. Oh. Hello. Under the keel bar. I'm just gonna flash this, like in your eyes. Want to talk to me?
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
He's drinking and talking at the same time somehow.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
You should go see a doctor. You look jaundiced, sir. Might be suffering from liver failure.
Knock it off.
Whoa. I didn't know he could bump into people. Nice. Hey, man.
Knock it off.
I can't bump into you? The fuck? Oh, they have fans. When the fuck with these fans invented? What kind of shitty ass room is this? Just eating octopi? What? Are you baking octopi pie? That's awesome. Fantastic. You can drink and talk at the same time too. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's technically possible, but like... Maybe?
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Wow, got really striking eyes.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer.
Yeah, I just started
I
this
see
game.
many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
So you want bullets? What, really? That's a currency? Isn't that the currency in that Metro game series or whatever, where you like trade bullets for shit? Or is that not how it works? I forget. I've never actually played it myself. I just watched my brother play it a few times a while back. Take this. Shoots.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered. And
On
many
Morning Light.
will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
I can't tell if she's supposed to be old or young. You prefer Twitch? Well, good news, because we'll be streaming exclusively to Twitch starting tomorrow, so... Well, obviously, what kind of breaker of toilets would I be otherwise? Nice.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Who cares, bang her anyways? Of course. Goes without saying, Hudson Smeg. Have you never seen me, seen my content before? It's all about banging people, regardless of... Well, I mean, no. Regardless of how, old they may be. Doesn't matter. Sir?
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
For you to get a shave.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
I just want someone with a really thick Bostonian accent. Over there in the car park. There's a fire in the car park. You want him gone, I can help. You're harboring a criminal.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to
Oh.
Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throg. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man.
Huh?
There's your good deed for the day.
Imagine Cthulhu having a heavy Boston accent. All you mortals, you now bow down to me. Just stand over there in the car park while I light this fire. Fuck me. Oh god, you just ruined Cthulhu for me. Fuck. Just a bit of context, when I first started watching these streams, I just smashed my toilet to bits by sitting down too hard on it. You were drunk, right? Yeah, I remember you said you were super drunk and you fucking sat down on your toilet and smashed it. That's some fucking Rorschach shit, man. That's awesome.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember,
nice. Predator reference.
Be a coward and live, then brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
If it blades, you can kill it. As a non-American, that sounded no different to how you normally sound. Fantastic. Wait, I got the key? Shit. I don't remember the conversation at all. I guess it's one of the pitfalls of doing this on stream. I just fucking don't really pay attention that much.
What the? Get the... Oh.
Scintillating conversation there, sir. Scintillating. Nothing over there. Why don't you clean up the fucking plates? Mop the floor, man. God, I mean, I know this town's going to hell in a handbasket, but geez. Can at least afford to...
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Oh! Did you need to ask, Frederick? I don't fap and tell. My apartment was almost flooded. Needless to say, my girlfriend was moderately amused. We're friends now, though. Don't beat it to my dad. I can't help it. Your dad is too sexy, Raleigh. Is that what you do when you're bored? No, it's just what I'm constantly doing. Constantly fapping. Why do you look like that?
What kind of... why do you... Your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
What friends?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Fantastic. Fapping his tentacles. Yep. Gotta cream my tentacles, man.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
All right.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You know what? You're right. He looks exactly like my left testicle. My left testicle is actually the size of this person in front of us. It's kind of weird. It makes shopping for pants very difficult.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
Your nutsack looks like that. Go see a doctor immediately. Can't live in America, so I can't afford it. Excuse me, doctor. My left nutsack is an entire person. Do you have your insurance? No. Then fuck off. Is that essentially how American healthcare works? I live in Canada, so I have no idea. I wonder if there's a monkey and fish fusion. Yeah, it's actually a good question. Best of both worlds, right? The scaly skin, but with like superhuman strength, and the face that looks like my part of my left nutsack.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes.
Whoa.
Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I don't think you need much protection, except for maybe condoms.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
So I've heard my grandma's friend from the States was visiting Sweden a couple of years ago. When he suffered a heart attack, he was shocked when he received free healthcare over here. Damn! Even visitors get free healthcare. Because I think when we travel to the States, we're often told to get traveler's insurance. But yeah, was preparing for thousands of dollar bills. Jesus. That's sad, man. But I'm glad that your grandma's friend got the attention that he needed.
I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest. Have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
Do they also look like you? Won't tell him, I'll think about it.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
Wait. So he's offering to bribe me to not rat him out to Throgmorton. In Sweden, all healthcare is free. I think you gotta get the $15 fee, but even so, that's more symbolic than anything. Yeah, I think in Canada, if you don't have an income, healthcare is free, but otherwise you have to pay for like the MSP, I think, and that's around like $20-something, which is, you know, nothing compared to how much people have to pay in the States. Often, when I had surgery in my hand, if you remember, I paid the outrageous sum of $10. $10? How did you afford that, man? Holy shit! I'm surprised you still have a hand. I wonder if you can take the bribe and tell him anyways. I don't know. I kind of like the Innsmouthers. You know what? We'll accept the bribe.
Turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed.
I don't know. He does seem kind of sincere, despite his very sexy face. You guys want to get a close-up? Get away from that. What's wrong with his face? Don't be so judgmental. Look, he's even got a vest on. He looks like he's pregnant. He's eating and drinking for two, all right? Mind Palace. Let me see what else we have. Lewis was affected by hysteria. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert Throgmorton. Oh. Or he was mentally affected. Oh, I have to confirm this. Oh, I see. Can I back out of it? So there's the anti-Throgmorton sentiment. Right. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. And Lewis was aware of his actions. Or, oh, I see. Albert spread hysteria about him. What do you guys think? Do Do you think Lewis was aware of his actions, or he was mentally affected and he can control it? I don't think he could actually control it. Hey, Crozet. Welcome to the cult, man. You think he was affected? Guess what? We even have free meals and temporary housing for our homeless. Holy shit. Sweden sounds amazing. I'd love to, well, I mean, it's on the list of places that we could, that we can definitely visit for the lady and I's honeymoon, so... Rosette, one of us. What if fish faces give birth like seahorses? I think they just birth live young out of their mouths, is what I'm guessing. Either that or their sperm just grow into... They're like tadpoles. Their sperm just grow into fully grown adults. Let's go with mentally affected. Oh, so then this branches off into something else. Interesting. Oh, and I can change it. Lewis deliberately murdered Albert. Psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert Throgmorton. He had motive too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Oh no! Can I change it? Lewis was under mental influence. Lewis killed Albert Throgmorton while under some sort of mental influence. Can control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert Throgmorton will have his head. Interesting. Is there like a different way to Lewis Flynn's testimony? Let me just read through this. Fishface has to die. If you visit, hit me up. I'd gladly tag along for a day or two, give you guys some guided tours. That sounds awesome, man. Thank you so much for the offer, dude. I found Lewis Flynn, the Innsmouther fisherman that killed Albert, hiding at the local pub, or the bar. Admitted that he was at the crime scene, but can't remember how exactly he killed Albert Throgmorton. Claims that he was under the mental influence. Not in control of himself. Asked me not to give him up. Huh. And he was murdered. Fatally shot in the head and then impaled on hooks. Okay, I'm starting to wonder if maybe Lewis was actually in control of his actions, because to me, if you're under the mental influence of like Cthulhu or something, then why would you bother to even hide the body and also impale it, right? You would think that that he just, you know, carelessly shoots him and then just buggers off. Unless maybe he came to after he shot him. Sorry, I think I just pinned something that I should not have. I see. Then you hear my glorious Swinglish in all its glory. Nice.
You want a drink?
Yeah, actually.
You want a drink?
Can you...
You want a drink?
Yes.
You want a drink?
Yes!
You want a drink?
Jesus, fine. Don't have my business, you asshole. What the hell? That fucker. Alright, you know what? We'll try covering for Lewis this time. And then maybe if we play this again in the future, we can try the other path. Blackwood Marsh Canning Factory. Isn't there a movie about this? Is it The Sound of Water or The Color of Water or something? Where a human fucks a fish person? Yes? Swing English can't be worse than the Newfie we have here in Canada. Oh, the Newfoundland accent. Well, it's like a variation of Irish. What the fuck is going on with my fucking RAM? I have to investigate this. Alright. That's weird. Maybe like a hard reboot? I find that generally fixes my RAM. For the most part. Unless it's some sort of like malware that's affecting me. Okay. Computer being broken sucks. Yeah, you're talking about the Yupper accent. Yupper accent? You mean like the... I don't know what a Yupper accent is, but... no, there's a very specific kind of like accent that people living in the province of Newfoundland have in Canada. It's like a mix... It's like a... Because you know how Afrikaans is like... derived from Dutch. It's kind of like that, but with Irish. Except it's still English, so... yeah. Whoa!
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
The upper accent is like a mixture of the most stereotypical Wisconsin, Michigan, and Canadian accent. Really? Huh. Because, the only mix of Canadian and American accent that I am kind of aware of is, I think, what's that, where does the movie Fargo take place? Shit, it's a state that the name starts with an M. The Sound of Music. Yes, that's it. A singing lady bangs a Nazi fish or something. That's it, exactly. Dakota. Wait, is that where... Minnesota, yes, that's it, thank you. There's that Minnesotan accent that's, I guess the Minnesotan accent is somewhat similar to the Newfoundland accent, would you say? If you live in the States, I bet you actually hear accents. The thing is, the only accent I can tell apart in the States is like Southers. New York and everything else sounds the same. Oh, you're from Wisconsin. Ah. Alright, the murderer is dead, or the murderer is the bar. We're just gonna cover for Albert this
I tracked
time.
the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys.
What, Minnesota, really?
It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood, and may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
He's surprisingly calm after learning about his son's murder. Like, I don't know if I were him, I'd just be like in a puddle of goo, you know, fapping, trying to like fight back the tears, you know, making some new little soldiers to impregnate my wife, right? Sorry, this is getting a little fucked up. What was it in Deadwood? Good series, by the way. 10 out of 10. Some Norwegian settler lady said the word Minnesota so damn funny I actually think she was a Scandinavian actor. Nice. Oh, Frederick, have you heard that Norseman is coming back? They're doing another season, except I think it's supposed to be a prequel. So before all the events of the season 1 of Norseman. And also, you said that you can tell which of the actors are Norwegian or Swedish or Danish, etc., etc. Which ones are which? Do you know? Because I honestly can't tell, just based on their English accent. Whether they're, you know, Swedish or Norwegian. Totally look it up for you. Awesome, thanks, man. Isn't that accent pronounced Uper, even though it's derived from Upper Peninsula? Wait, what? I can't tell if you're joking or not. I'm just gonna stare at this guy longingly. Maybe he'll think about me when he faps to impregnate his wife. Trying to find the source of my visions. Investigating cases of insanity.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why a geological expedition?
Geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader...
Professor Doe, really?
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant. Drowned streets.
Alright, take care, Don. Thanks for tuning in, man.
Her words exactly.
And happy Halloween, man.
She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Making soldiers to impregnate my wife. Are you too lazy to do it yourself, or you'll feel everything through them? Well, I mean, if you're psychologically connected to them, then yes, but too lazy mostly. But I meant like beating off, you know, and then just throwing your sperm into the into your spouse's genitals as a method of impregnating. Flood is a natural.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Most of them are Norwegian, but the one thing, Froya is actually Swedish/Danish. Oh, we also have Sturla Bone Crusher. Oh, the Bone Crusher guy's Swedish, but he says very little though. But most of them are Norwegian. Oh, I see. That's really cool. Well, I guess it makes sense considering that they're from Norheim, right? Which is, I believe, Norway, if I'm not mistaken. But I thought most of the actual, like, violent Vikings were Danish. Though I'm sure there were violent Vikings in Norway and Sweden, too.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Oh, the Norwegian Vikings were the most famous ones. Huh. Let's talk more about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Fantastic. Whoa. You also gave me some antipsychotics. Why? What is a knowledge point? So that's our first, I guess, mission complete. Fantastic. Lore, fortune teller's prophecy. Photo of a trophy plate. Oh, the knowledge points are my skill points. I see. Traps? Wow, okay. Hard-boiled detective. Keep an extra bullet loaded. Interesting. Vigor. Carry 7 more pistol rounds. Unnatural recovery. When close to death, slowly regenerate a limited amount of health for one last fighting chance. Or mind. Carry up to 25 pieces of any crafting material. Earn more experience and stay sane for slightly longer. That sounds like it's a pretty good skill to have. But I guess back then, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden were in essence one people. Yeah, that was before the concept of countries really existed, right? Or at least in around that region, where people just kind of like lived in tribes, and that was essentially their country, right? Yeah, more like clans, exactly. So, okay, so I think we're a little past the 1 hour mark for this game. So what do you guys think? Do you think there's any potential for this game to be a good game to stream? Or do you think it's better as a series, like a recorded series? Or is it a total thumbs down? I know it's a little early to say because we haven't really gotten too much into it, but I think we've like tasted a little bit of it. So I'd like to get your feedback on what you think. And if we should move on to something else from the variety pack, or if we should keep playing. Definitely had a common language. I wonder which of the Scandinavian languages then are closer to the original. Like, if you hear someone speaking in Danish or Norwegian, can you understand like certain parts of it? Like how, you know, people who speak Spanish can sometimes understand Portuguese. You'd say Danish. Huh. Recorded series drags a little long because of us. Oh, I see. I think this may be good for a stream. Yeah, because from what I understand from this game, haven't really done too much reading up on it, besides the combat being a little janky at times. But from what I understand, I think this game there's a lot of like travel parts in between. So there might be a lot of editing if I were to do it as a recorded series. So I was thinking that maybe it might be a good game to stream. But it's up to you guys. Norwegian and Swedish people understand each other perfectly well. Really? Wow. Danish? Well, imagine someone being fucked in the throat while trying to... Jesus. Well, I remember you said that you have... One of your closest friends is Danish, so... Nice. So, would you say that Danish is a lot more guttural than Swedish or Norwegian? But it's cool that Norwegian and Swedish people understand each other perfectly well. Huh. It's very cool. So what do you guys think? Should we keep playing this, or should we move on to something else from the list? Just in case we don't remember the list of games that I have, or that I'm considering, let me just remind you guys. So, on the docket, we've played The Sinking City. Monster Prom is definitely going to be played at the very end of the stream. There's also Abandoned Ship, which came out recently. It's kind of like FTL, but with like a pirate ship, I think. There's Project Zomboid, State of Decay 2. Don't Starve Together may or may not happen. I don't think that's going to be as entertaining to watch. And then there's Sea Salt, which is like a smaller kind of strategy game that's... Actually, a lot of these games are kind of Lovecraftian. Huh. But yeah. Sorry, oops. Fun fact, Viking was actually a Nordic word for to raid. Really? Someone who raided often is called a Vikinger. Ah. Lots of potential games. I vote for moving on. Alright. Josette votes for moving on. This is Alan Wake meets Nutsacks. Yeah, precisely. Alright, so if you guys are up for it, we'll move on to something else. You can basically translate it into the modern word for pirate, more or less. Ah, huh. I guess we can save this way? Alright. Let's move on to something else. Fantastic. So let me see what else we have. I guess I don't know if which of these games are going to be slow to start. Does anything particularly interest you guys? Or if there's anything else that's not on the list, you can feel free to make suggestions too. But if not, maybe we'll try State of Decay 2. Yeah, because I think that's the only other kind of big-ish game. Oh, so the games on the docket right now, we'll play Monster Prom near the end of the stream, but there's also Abandoned Ship, Project Zomboid, State of Decay 2, maybe Don't Starve Together, and Sea Salt, which is kind of like a smaller strategy game. State of Decay 2, really? Wow. Okay. Someone's really up for some State of Decay 2. Fantastic. FTL meets Pirates. Then maybe we'll try this. Let's try State of Decay 2 first, and then we'll do Abandoned Ship, which is the FTL Pirates thing. Someone's super excited for Milky Boobs. Of course! I mean, it's the ultimate Halloween game, Milky Boobs. I'm playing it as fuck right now. I might even have some useful tips. Ooh, alright, then let's do State of Decay 2. I'm gonna have to stop the stream though, because I have to switch my thing over to non-PS4. So I'll be back in a sec. Just hang in there, guys.